Hi everyone and welcome to NameHero.com. In this video tutorial, I want to teach you how to automatically update your WordPress website using Softaculous, our auto installer. Last month, I wrote a post on our blog called How to Automatically Update Your WordPress and your plugins and themes. And so at the beginning of the tutorial, I showed you how to use Softaculous and our auto installer, how to do it if you initially install WordPress with this. So the majority of our new customers come in and they install using Softaculous just because it makes it extremely easy to install WordPress and to keep it updated. And then I went on in the tutorial and showed you how to update it manually. So if you installed WordPress manually, or if you're moving over from another WordPress host, how to add stuff to your configuration file to make it automatically update, because WordPress has that built into their functionality. Now, since I published this tutorial, a couple of our customers, they want to use the auto installer to automatically keep their existing WordPress site, themes, plugins updated. They don't want to manually edit their code, and that's understandable. Some people, they don't feel comfortable updating their code and their files and all that. And so I wanted to do a new video to add on to this to show you how to do that, because it is certainly possible, but it just requires a little bit of finagling, or kind of you can't do it as direct as you could if you installed it the first way. So I'm going to show you in this video tutorial how to do this, and it's quite simple. There's just some steps you need to follow, and if you're doing this on a existing site, you need to back it up first, and I'm going to show you how to do that just in case you miss one of the steps. You don't want to delete your site, because that'd be horrible, right? Okay, so first off, let's just go over to our packages. And for those that are newcomers watching this video, I just want to remind everyone that here at NameHero, we offer high-speed, optimized WordPress cloud web hosting. Our lowest package starts at $329 a month. Now, this is the promotional rate for 3 years advance, so 36 months to get this rate. If you want to pay monthly, you have to go to our Turbo Cloud. The Starter and the Plus are both only yearly plus, so you can't just sign up month to month with those packages. But if you want to go month to month, you need to go to our Turbo or our Business. And you can go through these packages and see which one you need. We have WordPress hosting for any size WordPress. So if you're just an individual and you have a blog that maybe gets 10 visitors a day, 100 visitors a day, then you can start out here. But since we are a cloud web host, you can scale up as your website grows. And even if you're reaching over 100,000 visitors a month, we have a package for you. That's why we have our VPS hosting. So if you're getting millions of visitors, we just recently scaled for a client that needed to be able to handle 10,000 visitors at one time on WordPress, and we made that happen for them. So there's always an option here at NameHero. And if you need to speak to our sales team, you can scroll down here to the bottom, and you can right here get in touch with a superhero, and our sales representatives will get back with you and help you figure out what is best for your website. So we have WordPress hosting for any individual, any business. It doesn't matter what size you have. We have experience in scaling it and keeping it secure. So with that said, I am going to log into my demo account, and if you want to follow along, maybe you're a current NameHero customer and you've had us migrate over your site and you don't have it set up, you don't have auto update set up, and you want to use the auto installer Softaculous to do that, then just follow these steps. So the first thing I'm going to do is log into my NameHero account. So I'm just going to hover over here and click login. And I've already got it logged in here to save us time. I'm now going to navigate to my package. So I'm going to click on Cloud Web Hosting. And the package I'm demonstrating with is on the Plus Cloud, and it's called keydiets.com. Now, if you have multiple packages, your screen looks like this. But if you just have one, then that's the only one in here. Just click on it. Okay, next we need to go into Cpanel, because that's where we're going to do all of this. So I'm going to click right under Actions, log into Cpanel. And once I get inside of here, I'm familiar with Cpanel. It's likely that you are too. If you've came over from another web host, it's most likely they're using Cpanel. Cpanel is the most popular control panel for web hosts, and that's why we use it. At NameHero, we focus our business on web hosting. We let Cpanel handle all the configuration for software and control panel. We don't want to waste our money on trying to develop software. Anyways, let's get down here, and the first thing we want to do is back up our site. So we click back up. Download a full website backup. We're just going to put it in the home directory. We're going to have it email us when the backup's completed, and we're going to click Generate Backup. This is important, especially those of you that have a website that's established, because if you mess up on one of these steps, you could create harm to your WordPress website. So we don't want that to happen. That's why we say always make a backup. And so once this backup's completed, you'll receive an email, and then you can proceed with the next steps. And this says in progress until it's finished. This is a small site, so you can see it's already finished. And if you want, you can click this here and just go ahead and download it to your computer. That way you have a copy on your computer, so if something goes amiss, you have a backup. And so that's very, very important. If you're following this video, please do this. Do not skip it. If you do skip it, we cannot be held responsible for data loss. Because I'm giving you that disclaimer now because it happens. It's not going to happen if you follow the steps correctly, but if you accidentally miss one of these, it could happen. Okay, so now we're going to go back to Cpanel. And we already have WordPress installed on Key Diets. So let me just go to Key Diets so you can see that. And we installed this WordPress manually. So we just have the basic WordPress theme here in site. There's no data on it. But we just want it to automatically update using the auto installer. We don't want to have to edit any code and all that. So we're going to go back to Cpanel and scroll down. And under Softaculous, you're going to see WordPress. So this is the auto installer. You're going to see WordPress. We're going to click it. Now, if you go over here and click My Apps, you're not going to see any. There's none because we did not use the auto installer to install this copy of WordPress. So we need to manually make this happen. So the first thing you want to do is click Install Now. So what we're going to do is we're going to install a fresh copy of WordPress in a subdirectory. Now we are going to later remove that, so that's why it's important to follow me. So this assumes that WordPress is installed on the root of your domain. So if we go to Key Diets, we can see it's on keydiets.com, and you want to use the prefix that you're using. So if you're using www, use that. If you're using HTTPS, use that. You can see for mine, it's just installed on the root domain. So when we select that here, we're not using HTTPS, so we're not going to select that. You want to select which protocol that you are using currently. So for me, it's just HTTP, and then you can see here, is it the wildcard or is it just Key Diets? For me, it's just Key Diets. And we're going to install this in /WP. So this is a different new folder. There's nothing in this directory. So, and you can confirm this. So if you go over to, we'll go back to Cpanel. We can open up our file manager, go to public HTML, and we can make sure there's no folder called WP. Because if there is, it's going to overwrite that. So we don't want to overwrite anything. So once we've confirmed that, we'll go back to our auto installer. We're going to leave this WP. And we're going to leave all this stuff default because we're going to remove it. Normally I say, change this stuff, change your admin username and password. We're going to remove it anyway, so we can just take this and install it. It just takes a second. Okay, now it's finished. So now we want to click Return to Overview. And so now it's been installed here, but we want to keep it updated on the main site. It's already installed, so we don't want to install it again. So we're going to click the pencil. And once on the pencil, we want to change the directory and the URL in the database to our current install. So inside of File Manager, we want to find our WP config file. So if we scroll down here, you can see WP config is right under public HTML, and we're going to click Edit. Click Edit again, and this is going to give us our database information that we have to put inside of here. So we're just going to leave that open. Go back to here. Now, first thing we want to do is we want to tell our auto installer where WordPress lives. So we installed a demo copy, so to speak. So we're going to remove that, and public HTML is where WordPress lives. So we're going to remove the WP. We're also going to remove the WP from the URL. The database name, we're going to grab this from our config file. So we can see database name, and we don't want to get the apostrophes here. We just want to get the contents inside of it. So we're going to copy that. We're going to paste it. Next, we want to get the username. So our username is right here in between the apostrophes. We're going to copy that. Go back over here. We're now going to paste. And we want to grab the password. So the password, it can be kind of confusing, but remember inside the apostrophes. Copy it down here and paste it. You can always click show if you want to make sure that you have it correct. So you can go back over here and look. And it is. Our database host is going to be localhost. That's true if you're installed here on our servers. So disable update notification emails. You don't want to do that. You want to know when it updates, because if an update breaks your site, you need to roll back or fix something, right? So you want to know when it updates. So under auto upgrade, you want to check this. And if you want to keep the plugins and themes updated, click this and click this. We don't use these, the backup location, so don't worry about that. We don't use this here at Name Hero. We back up differently with a more efficient backup plugin. So we're going to scroll down here, and we're going to just leave all this blank and click Save. Now we're going to click Return to Overview. And now you can see that the link is our main WordPress site, and you can hover over here and you can see the automatic upgrade enabled. Now the same goes true if we want to clone the site. We could actually clone our existing install by clicking Clone here, and we could follow this information here to actually clone our existing website. So this is great for you guys and gals out there that want to take your current site and make a clone so you can work on it, maybe put a new design and stuff. So we can, and there's another video I have on our blog that tells you exactly how to do this. But that feature is now available to you. So now we have it all set up. WordPress will automatically update. But now we need to remove the install we just created, the /WP, because it's not safe to have a WordPress installation, especially when it's no longer auto-updated. So we need to remove that. So now we can just close out of this, and we can close out of here because we're finished. We can close out of here. We're done. But we need to remove that WordPress install. So if I go over here to File Manager and I refresh and go back to Public HTML, you're going to see that folder, WP. So we want to remove this, but first we need to remove the corresponding database. So inside of WP, we're going to go to WP-config and click on Edit. We're going to click Edit again. And here's the database right here, and the user has the same name. So we're going to copy this, go back to Cpanel. We're going to type in MySQL. Click on MySQL Databases. We're going to find this database here, and we can just scroll down, and we're looking for this one right here, the 174. We're going to delete that, delete it. It says, are you sure? Because it's going to remove it. And then we want to delete the user, 714, delete that, delete user. It's deleted. And now we can go back to File Manager, go up one level, and we can delete the WP. Delete. Let's skip the trash because we don't want to have it anywhere. Confirm. And now the sample or the demo WP installation is gone, and you can go back to your site to make sure all looks good. That's why we did a backup just in case, and everything does. So now our existing WordPress is now in our auto installer, and it's going to automatically stay updated. And we can of course verify this by going back to Cpanel, going down here to under Softaculous and clicking WordPress and going over here and seeing the auto update is on. So now the auto installer keeps WordPress updated, it keeps our themes updated, keeps our plugins updated, and we don't have to worry about logging in to update it. We don't have to worry about modifying any code, and we're all set. So this is beneficial for those of you that have migrated over from another WordPress host. Those of you that did not install WordPress using the auto installer, now you have the same benefits. And when this is out of date, it's going to tell us and let us know. And we can even click in here and edit. And if we just want to update the plugins now, we can click here and you can see it's done. If we want to update the themes, we can click here and it's done. There's not an update, so it's really not doing anything, but it's going to make sure that it is. But that's how you automatically keep your WordPress website updated. If you have a lot of sites, it might take you a little bit just to go through it, but it's just really a process of going through step by step and making sure when you remove the other one that you remove the right one and you don't remove, especially when you go to deleting databases. That's why it's so important to back everything up. Let me know in the comments on this video if you have any questions. I'm also going to put it on the blog, so let me know there if you have questions on this. But to me, this is a very valuable feature. This auto installer is my favorite because it really keeps things updated nicely and to where you don't have to really worry about it. And it just makes sure your WordPress website stays safe and secure. So thanks so much for watching and using Name Hero, the leaders in high-speed WordPress web hosting.